We're going to check the kingpin on the trailer itself. Make sure it's not bent. We're going to make sure the locking jaws are around the shank and that the head of the kingpin is not broken off. We're going to make sure that the apron has no damage. We're going to make sure that the fifth wheel has no damage. There's no gap between the fifth wheel and the apron. Okay? Now, the fifth wheel, this is the fifth wheel. It's mounted to the platform, and the platform is mounted to the frame. All of our nuts and bolts are present and tight, secure. Our locking pins are in the locked out position, and our locking handle is in the locked in position with the safety latch secure. We're going to move to the front of the the trailer. We're going to check the front of the trailer for make sure there's no damage. At the top of our trailer, we have two lights. They're amber in color, serve two functions. Or one function, excuse me, clearance. There's no cracks, no moisture. We're going to work our way down. Our pigtail is in the electrical socket. It has no cuts, no chafing, no legal tape. Our glad hands and our airlines have no chafing or no cuts. They're not leaking. You want to check the seal, make sure it's not worn thin. We're going to move to the side of the trailer. We're going to check the overall side of the trailer for any damage. At the top of our trailer, we have three lights. We have two amber, one red in color. No cracks, no moisture. They serve one function, clearance. As we move down our trailer, we have our DOT tape. Our DOT tape is present, it's clean, and secure. Underneath our trailer, we have our cross beams. This is our cross beam. We want to make sure that none are missing, none are bent, none are broken. We have our floor. We want to make sure there's no holes in our floor or any missing pieces in our floor. Our landing gear. We want to make sure our landing gear is properly mounted and secure, that there's no debris in the foot, and that our handle is in the cradle. Moving down toward the center of the trailer, we want to stop at an optional light. We'll make sure it's properly mounted and secure, that it's not cracked, has no moisture, it is amber in color, and it serves three functions: marker, emergency, and turn. We'll move down to our sliding tandem mechanism. We're going to make sure that there's no illegal welds, no cracks, and that nothing's broken. Our locking pins are in the locked out position. Our locking handle is in the locked in position. Now, on the back of our trailer here, we have a torque arm hanger. Make sure it's properly mounted, secure. We have a torque arm. This trailer does not have any leaf springs. We'll make sure all of our bolts and nuts are present and secure. Our U-bolts are present and secure. Our bushings and brackets and anchor plates are all present and secure. Our airbag, make sure it's not leaking. And we want to make sure our shock absorber is not bent, leaking, or broken, and is secure. Our brake chamber, we check them the same as the front. We check, make sure that there's airlines have no leaks in them. They're properly mounted secure. Brake chamber is properly mounted secure, not bent, broken, or leaking. Push rod not bent. Slack adjuster no more than 1 inch out of adjustment. With the wheels chalked, brakes released. Brake pads no less than 1/4 remaining. Brake drum, no excessive cracks or dangerously worn thin. No oil in between the shoe and the drum, and no debris in between the shoe and the drum. We'll check our tires, make sure they're evenly worn. No debris in the middle. Once again, no less than 2/32 tread depth. 100 PSI. Check by gauge. We'll check our air valve stem, make sure it has a cap on it, that it's not cracked or broken. We'll check our wheel, make sure it's not cracked or any illegal welds. Make sure that there's no shininess or looseness on all of our lug nuts that might indicate looseness. They are all present. This is a hub seal. We're going to make sure it's not leaking and that all the nuts and bolts are present on that as well. We'll check this axle, same as we would that axle. Go to the back. Our mud flaps, we're going to make sure that the frame we're mounted to is not bent or broken. We're going to make sure all of our mud flaps are properly mounted and secure, and that they're not torn. We have a door latch. This is door security latch. And make sure that it's properly mounted and not missing. We have one light right here that is amber in color. This is an ABS light. Make sure there's no cracks, no moisture. We have another light, red in color. No cracks, no moisture. Serves one function, marker. We have a third light. This is an ABS light. Make sure there's no cracks, no moisture. We have another light, red in color. No cracks, no moisture. Serves one function, marker. We have a fourth light. This is an ABS light. Make sure there's no cracks, no moisture. Move to the back of our trailer. We're going to check the overall view of the trailer, make sure there's no damage. We'll start at the top, work our way down. We'll check our door hinges, make sure they're all properly aligned, make sure our seals are all intact. We're going to make sure our door security latches are not bent. Make sure our latch itself is in the hasp with the safety latch over the top. We're going to check our safety chains, our door security chains, make sure they're present. Our DOT tape is present, clean. We have 4 lights here that are red in color. They serve 4 functions: a brake, emergency, tail, and turn. No cracks, no moisture. There's also 3 lights at the top. Those 3 lights are red in color, have no cracks, no moisture, serve 1 function: clearance. Back down to the bottom, our DOT bumper has no excessive damage. Our DOT tape is present and clean. We will check the right side of the trailer as we've checked the left side of the trailer. This concludes our pre-trip inspection.